It is the advent of Big Boy. Hello everyone. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to the stream. Woo! Indeed. Hello everyone. Welcome. How are y'all doing? Hope everyone is having a good day, having a good evening. Hope everyone's excuse me. Hope everyone's been having a good time since the last time we were live on Tuesday. Hello to Nut, Kai, Kuruel, and Lilo. Technically Lilo was first all the way at 8:48 p.m. and Darren was here just under 10 minutes ago as well, talking about the fireworks. And we also got Harsha on YouTube. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. And I see that Kuruel has immediately redeemed hydration. But yes, those of you who were here, the CC train is here indeed. Where was I? Yes. For those of you who were here on Tuesday, you guys will recall that we discussed about what we might want to stream on Thursday. Specifically, something different. Something that I wanted to play or something that I wanted to stream for once, you know, considering the stream fatigue that I have been facing. And so we talked about streaming one of my favorite games, my favorite MMO, the game that I've been playing a good bit of recently, FF14, Final Fantasy XIV, which is interesting. Now, like I already mentioned on Tuesday, there isn't anything too notable to do in FF14 right now. There actually, funnily enough, a new event actually dropped today in FF14. So there technically is something to do. But events in FF14 are not very long. So don't expect that to take up the entire stream, that's for sure. They're usually quite short, actually. I kind of appreciate that part of FF14 events because they tend to be very quick. You can usually like finish them in 15, 20, 30 minutes-ish, depending on the event. So that's good, you know, it's just something that we can do. But otherwise, my plan for today is basically just to show you guys the game, answer some questions about the game, and just basically kind of introduce you guys to a game that I enjoy playing a lot of, just kind of show you guys the things that I can do in it, you know, how the gameplay is like, because not a lot of people here typically play MMOs, and basically no one here has really seen FF14 gameplay except for Lilo, who has been watching someone play through the story, and Kai, who has seen me play raids back then. Technically, some of y'all did see me play raids back then as well, but Kai's the only one I remember actually kind of hanging about in the background. You were playing FF14 in the morning too? Yeah, I basically just had it on in the background while I was working, because it is still a work day. I just had the game on in the background, just like chilling, because it's an MMO, you know. Part of the appeal of MMOs is being hangout spots. And Darren says not long, unlike their story, huh? Yes. Funnily enough, anytime they have an event as well, they do actually have to write the story around it, but they typically do make it like short and simple, you know, short and sweet. Because they know there's already so much to do in the game that people don't want to be forced to go through a bunch of stuff for events. Events aren't long because of the story length. Maybe. I don't know if there's a direct correlation sort of thing, because there is story. The thing about FF14 is that it is very deliberate with its lore writing. Right? Like, there's a reason why the story is so long. FF14 puts a lot of focus onto lore. It is a RPG first, MMO second, which is quite unusual actually, because you guys are not really, you guys don't really frequent the MMO genre, but something that many MMO players will agree on generally is that MMOs are not known for their story. In fact, oftentimes they're known for the opposite. Very, very normally, you know, a very consistent and frequent factor about MMO games is that the story is bad. Or at the very least, nothing special, right? It is a very, 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 very common facet of MMO game titles that the story just generally does not matter. Right? Oftentimes the story is purely there for flavor and is not particularly well written. I think this is the case for most places. Even World of Warcraft, although having like a pretty notable story, is not typically known for its story. Any other MMO that you would play will typically not care too much about the story. It's all the same kind of thing, like, you're the hero, you need to save the world and defeat the Demon King or some shit like that. It's like basically every isekai story that you've read before, except it's not isekai because it's a game. FF14 is an exemption to this rule. Deserves a book, Kuruel. Honestly, there are books, I'm pretty sure. They're straight up encyclopedias of FF14, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, like most of the time, MMOs are just don't really put a lot of attention to story. FF14 is like the one and only true example of a game that is RPG first, MMO second. And that's why the story is very focused on. That's why like everything needs to be canon. Every interaction, every system, every event, every character canonically exists within the world of FF14. Even when they collab with other games, right? Like for example, FF14 has collabed with Monster Hunter before. They will typically write a story around how the Monster Hunter monsters are in FF14, or how the FF14 monsters are in Mon Hun, that sort of thing, right? So they will typically put the extra effort to make it canon. Like everything that happens in FF14 actually happens in FF14. Harsha asked, is Where Winds Meet an MMO? It's, no. I don't think so. It's close. It's close-ish, but no, it's not an MMO. I wouldn't think so. I was reincarnated as a game main character on a lengthy story game and I need to save the world and defeat the Ohio killable Demon King, yes. Basically, that is oftentimes the case, but FF14 is different, and that's why it's like kind of enamored me even from the beginning, because like, oh, the story is actually good. Like, it genuinely gets to a ridiculous degree. Lilo has currently watched gameplay up until the first expansion of the game. You've only just begun, Lilo. If you thought that the story in Realm Reborn was already kinda good, you don't know what's coming. You do not know what's coming. I'm gonna tell you right now, and oftentimes when people tell you things like that, you think like, oh, it can't be that, like, it can't be that extreme, right? It is. I'm not kidding. People told me when I started playing the game that like, oh, the story gets really good later on, and I'm like, I mean, okay, sure, I imagine it will, but surely not by that much, right? It does. It does. I'm not even kidding. So, I just enjoy the journey, Lilo. You know, while you continue watching the gameplay and everything, just enjoy the journey. Because Heavensward is where it kind of starts like showing what FF14's writing team is capable of. So if you already thought that ARR was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool story, you know, Heavensward will be another level. And then, couple expansions down the line, it will not even be the same game anymore. I'm gonna tell you right now, story-wise, purely that. I'm listening to this explanation while watching the T20 Cricket World Cup. Wow, interesting. I don't really watch sports. But even in the few sports that I watch, I've never seen cricket. Cricket is completely alien to me. I have no idea how that game works, even after all this time. Trying to compare the writing to HSR and HI3 or Limbus. I can say that it probably hit some of the beats that HI3 can hit, but better. Genuinely not kidding. HI3 is, in my opinion, I think HI3 has the most interesting story writing out of all of the Hoyo games because they go pretty far with HI3. But typically Hoyo tends to hold themselves back with story because you want to appeal to like a wider audience, and I will say that probably the Chinese audience of gacha gamers typically doesn't want their story to be too serious, so they hold back a little bit. That's why HI3 tends to be a little bit more willing to go in that direction because it's not their most popular title. But obviously FF14 doesn't have that rule, right? They don't have that sort of shit holding them back. This is anime writing without needing to appeal to the masses. And you can see that they went for a very simple sort of story style when the game first began. I imagine when you first started watching ARR story, you would think that like, okay, I mean, this doesn't seem too different from your typical MMO story. You know, you're an adventurer, you start your journey, you fight some bosses here and there. But that was just them getting their feet off the ground. Couple expansions down the line, oh. Unfortunately, it does mean it's a little difficult to recommend to people purely off of the story because it does take a little while to get to that story, right? Like, it's a little hard to tell people to like, come play FF14 because the story is incredible, but you're gonna have to play like 100 hours before you really get to the meat and bones of things, and, well, you know. But I cannot deny, I cannot lie, right? Genuinely, this game is worth playing for the story. It is so good. So good. And then beyond that, it is worth playing for the game as well. That's why I enjoy the game so much. That's why it's able to pull money out of me, because I fudging subscribe to this game. I have to pay USD to subscribe to this game, because there's no like C pricing or anything like that. Right? And I do it. This stingy dodo does it. And I pay for cosmetics. You know the game has a chokehold on me if it's able to get that kind of shit out of me. MMO is alien to you too, Harsha. That's why I'm gonna show you today how these games are like. What is the appeal of a massively multiplayer online role-playing game? One Piece type shit? Well, not as bad. It's Is it not as bad actually? Technically, you probably would end up spending almost as much time as you would watching One Piece, wouldn't you? It was a sweet beginning, then it gets, oh my god, yeah. Get ready, Lilo, it gets worse. So much worse. And also so much better because of it. But yeah, so anyway, I've been on a rant. Like, the goal today is to play a little bit of FF14, show you guys what the game is like, show you guys the things that I enjoy in the game and everything. And just have a good time. I don't really know specifically what we're gonna focus on today, right? Like, I could definitely show you guys around the game, show you guys around the systems. I could also explain a little bit about the story to you guys, and show you guys like cutscenes and trailers and stuff, because those are very good. Like, genuinely very good. Oftentimes I will go and watch like people on YouTube react to the FF14 trailers because I enjoy them, even though I've rewatched them multiple times. Is like, that's another option. There's all sorts of things. So we're just gonna we're just gonna chill. We're gonna play it by ear today. Kinda see. And I want you guys to be part of this, like, I want this to be more interactive, right? Because the goal of today isn't really to do any particular content in FF14. My goal for today is basically to show you guys the game. To introduce the world of FF14 to people who have never played FF14, to people who have never played an MMO. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys want me to, like, if you guys want to ask anything about the game and the systems, if you guys want me to show you anything in the game, please let me know. Because I want to show you guys this game. I enjoy this game a lot. And I just want to share it with y'all. Cutscenes are peak, like OMFG. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. They get better! Not even kidding! By many multiples. It's not just like, oh, it gets a little bit better. It is genuinely so much better. It's not even to the level of like starting Genshin cutscenes and now Genshin cutscenes. It's an even bigger gap than that. It's kind of insane, the things that they've been able to do. But I think it is time for me to show you guys the game itself. And also give you guys a look at my character. If you guys recall, on Tuesday I let you guys know that I play as a cat girl. Do not be surprised that my character is a girl, because obviously it would be. I think you guys could guess that. Is it HSR power creep level big? Yes. I can say that unironically. Like, I assume that from the way that you described it, Lilo, that you already thought ARR was kind of enjoyable, right? That you already, like, thought that ARR was pretty cool, pretty fun to watch through and everything, right? Something that a lot of people will say when they introduce people to FF14 is that ARR is the worst the game story gets. Not even kidding. The story that you have seen up until now is the lowest level of FF's writing up until this point. Good luck! Modgin isn't here to smack me when I get too sus, we could. Okay, well, let me go ahead and turn off my BGM. I will turn on FF's music in the background. Let me turn it up a little bit to make sure that you guys can hear. And now I will bring up good ol' Final Fantasy XIV. I guess me in the top left should be fine. I guess it should be fine to put my camera in the top left. It's been a while since I streamed FF, so I can't really remember where I used to arrange things, but I guess top left is fine. Oh yeah, maybe I blocked the chat. I guess I blocked the chat. Though it's not like there's anything in the top left, but just in case anything funny happens in the chat, then probably better that way. Oh yeah, music's good too. Music is also, oh my god, music, even the music gets so much better, man. Even the music gets so much better. But yes, here we are in the world of Final Fantasy XIV. And this is me. This is my character right here. Me right here. You guys have technically seen this character before. Like, again, I've streamed FF14 before in the past. But there are newer peeps here who may not have been around at that time. And even the peeps who were around at that time weren't particularly like paying attention to what was happening. So we can treat this as a bit of a fresh introduction to the game. What animal is that? What animal? What animal are you talking about? But yes, this is me. This is my character right here, cat girl, as I explained. And once again, as I explained to y'all, most of my outfits are a little bit revealing. Oh, the burb! Yes, yes, I wanted to show you guys that. This is my minion. Basically, it's like a pet. It's like a pet in any other game. So you can, like if I bring up, this is a list of all the minions that I have. You collect them throughout the course of the game. There's a lot of them. And then you can have one summoned. You can have one summoned and it will follow you like a pet. It doesn't really do anything. It's purely cosmetic. But this, if you notice, the name is the fledgling dodo. Yes. This is canonically a young dodo in the world of FF14. And yes, you are correct. He is a major inspiration in my dodo's design. This guy is a major design input of Sododo's design. I think you can kind of see the resemblance. He is very fat and round. Yes. We have a lot of different minions in the game, as I showed you guys already. But I never switch from this guy. This is canonically my main minion, even though he's one of the ones you can get like earlier in the game. Because he's a fat dodo. What more do I need to say? But yes, welcome to the land of FF14. Welcome to Eorzea. For those of you who don't know, the world of FF14 is called Eorzea, spelled E-O-R-Z-E-A. And I am in one of the major cities currently. This is one of the most, this is basically the city that everyone likes to come, stand, and AFK in. That's why you can see quite a lot of other people just kind of like hanging about and chilling. It's pretty cool. So basically the appeal of MMO in general is that like it's a massively multiplayer, right? You are in a massive open world with hundreds, thousands of players at the same time. And it just makes the world feel very lived in, you know? It makes you feel like, oh, you're gaming, but you're not gaming on your own. There's a whole bunch of other people around. You can chill, you can hang out, you can chat with any of them if you want. Too many aura farmers? I guess so. Funnily enough, that's one of the races. That is genuinely one of the races, one of the species of FF14. I guess I can real quick just show you guys what character creation looks like. That's probably a good place to start, right? I can show you guys the different races and how the character customization and stuff works in this game. So hold on, let me go grab. Where did I put it? There's an item that lets you change appearance that I just never used. Because I like my character's design a lot, and so I've never felt the need to change it. Where did I put them? Oh wait, no, I know where I put them. I put them in here. I put them in here. Okay. Oh, I love the black bow on her hair. I can show you I can show you outfits later, Lilo. I can show all of y'all my outfits because that is one of my main draws in the game. One of the things I spend the most time in this game doing is dressing up. I love dressing up. I like coming out with outfits. I like mixing and matching outfits and everything. I have a lot of outfits in this game, and I have a lot of old outfits that I have pictures of posted on that website I mentioned to you guys as well. So I can definitely show you guys that later. But for now, for all of you, I'll just go ahead and use this so that I can show you guys what okay, wait, hold on. I may have done that wrong. It's fine. Oh, I need to log out and go. I see. Okay. I don't know if I intended to use it like that. It's fine. It's not like I really need them anyway. I'll just show you guys. So I will go ahead and log out. Actually, hold on. One moment. Let me restart the game real quick because there's something I need to just do real quick. Let me restart the game rather than just log out. Oh, we done. Yes, we're done. That's the end of the stream, guys. Hold on. Let me just restart the game real quick. There's something I need to... Hold on. I thought that I would be able to do it in-game itself. If I knew that like I had to log out, actually, I would have just like logged out and created a new character instead, just to show you guys. Actually, no, I don't think I can, because I think my subscription only lets me make one character. And I've always been fine with that, because I only play one character. Okay, so, hold on. This is the launch screen. It changes every time there's a new expansion, so this is the latest expansion, Dawn Trail. I can actually change to the old ones. So like, oops, that's a cutscene. Yeah, so this was the original title screen, A Realm Reborn. And then after that is the one that Lilo is currently watching, Heaven's Word. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and switch back to Dawn Trail. So you can see that now I can edit, so cancel links as a sub-command too. How do I do this? I've never done this before, so I don't actually know how to... okay, re-edit character. Let me just go ahead and back up character settings, character config, you know what? Actually, no, this isn't what I'm looking for. Save appearance data, yes. So just in case I accidentally mess something up, I could save my character's appearance. But I doubt I will. I don't think I doubt I'll actually change anything. Yeah, so there's that right there. Okay. So, I will show you, oh. Okay, that's a little annoying. This is what happens when I've never actually done this before. Hello, Gregorius. Cat girl, yes. Cat girl indeed. I should have just done a retainer Fantasia. That would have been a little bit simpler to do. I should have read the instructions properly as well after it told me that I had to remove all of my equipment and stuff. Whoops, nope, that's wrong. Hold on. So let me just go ahead and I probably shouldn't do this in the middle of the city. Technically I can, there's nothing against it, but it feels a little weird. Let me TP over to a private room. Oh yeah, since it's an online world, there's queues for servers if it gets too full. Yeah, there's usually always a queue, but it usually doesn't take very long. As you saw, it did not take very long for me to get back in. So I can actually go into an in-room, so this will be like a solo instance, and then here I can do my stuff without worrying about anything. So Avert your eyes, children. Can I remove this? I don't actually know how to remove. Like, can I even remove my weapon? Normally you can't. Yeah, weapons can't be unless no, I need to unequip this. Yes, that's what it is. Can I not unequip this? Like actual? Twitch double stream? Yes, I am multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch. Will it not let me do it if I am still holding weaponry though? I guess weaponry should be fine. Let's just try. So I'll log out once again. Since it doesn't let me remove it in the first place. Okay. Will be unavailable. So you may log in with yes. No. Okay, so now I can show you guys how the character creation in this game works. Alright, so starting off, these are all of the different races in FF14. Alright, so we've got, how many? We've got 8. We've got 8 different races, both with male and female counterparts, and for some of the races, the male and female actually look different. Right, so on certain races, the genders actually look different. So here it is like your typical kind of human race. It's not called human here though, because fantasy game, fantasy races, it'd be kind of weird for one of them to be human. They're referred to as Hure. Right, so it's basically your typical human male, human female kind of situation. Then you got your Elysian, which are basically the elf race. Tall, slim, more refined appearance sort of thing going on. Then we got the small race, the Lalafell. They're basically like dwarves in a way, I guess you could call. They're basically tiny. They're very tiny. And you can see in game that they are very tiny. Then you have me, which is the cat girl, cat boy race, Mikote. So like so they are basically just regular people with ears and tails and like face markings typically. Yordles, huh? Yes, basically. They are Yordles. And then you have the Rogadin, which is a much bigger, beefier kind of race. So this would be the Balmond race, I guess. Hold on, my ping is red right now. Can you guys still see okay? Okay, it's back. Yeah, so this is the more like big, beefy, like brawny build kind of race. They look kind of shiny. They took steroids, yeah, like aluminum. Oh, it's because of the skin. You can actually change the skin color. So like all of these races, you can still change the skin color and everything. Remember, Mikote is not furry. Yes, I do not consider this furry. This is just a person. Then we have the Aura, which are basically dragon people. The male Aura are very among the tallest classes and tend to have very intimidating appearances. And then the female Aura are shorter and more like refined looking. They have very petite statures compared to the men. So there's a pretty notable difference between the male and females of this race here. So you can see they have scales and stuff, so they are like dragon people. I like the hair on the female Aura. Yeah, there's a bunch of different hairstyles and stuff. These are just sort of like example models. Then we've got the actual furries, which are the Hroth. AKA, I don't even know what we call them. Lion people? Yeah, they're lion people basically. This is not furry. This is furry. This is undeniably furry. Right, so you can see that they're very much lion people. They've got, the guys are fairly brawny. The girls are a little slimmer, but they're also quite muscular, as you can see. And then lastly, we have the Viera, which are rabbit people. Also fairly tall. They've got very this is the race that looks the most like they're all supermodels. Like every Viera you ever see looks like a supermodel. That's basically it. So like if you go into any of these races, like say I keep to mine for now, right? And then you go into the... Each one also has different clans with slightly different like canon like backgrounds and canonical appearances, though you can kind of switch them around regardless. It's more of a lore type of thing, though it does affect like your appearance a little bit. So like for Hjor, for example, for the human people, they have Midlander and Highlander, and you can kind of see the sort of difference between them, where the Highlanders are a little bit more brawny and brutish looking. So that kind of thing is like that. So if I go back into my cat girl, then you can see this is all the stuff that you can adjust in character customization. Right? So you got the height. You can actually adjust height, but each race has a sort of defined level of height. Right? So you can be quite tall or quite short as a Mikote, but the tallest Mikote is still going to end up being shorter than like the shortest male aura. Alright, so that's how the races kind of work. There is a certain range of height for each race. And of course for Lalafell, even the tallest Lalafell will not match the shortest of any other race. That's just how it works. I did not actually realize I had my character set to the shortest. I had no idea. I knew I set her on the shorter side. I had no idea I had her on literally the shortest end of the spectrum. Or did I? Or did I change that? I can't remember. Either way. You got bust size. Because you kind of have to have... you know what kind of surprises me? Is that this game has bust size, but no like a butt slider. You can adjust like tail. So like since I'm a Mikote, I have tail shape to adjust. Obviously I can't adjust tail shape if I'm on a race that has no tail. For the dragon people as well, there's different types of tails that you can have. You can adjust the length of the tail like that. There's different faces that you can choose from. Then here's the skin color palette, as I mentioned before. Here's the hairstyles. Lots of different hairstyles that you can play around with. Though to be honest, I don't like the hairstyle I have is very much my favorite hairstyle in the game. Like I've never changed my hair. Even though it's actually very easy to do so in FF14, just because like no other hair has been something that I have particularly found interesting. Hold on. Does she have 4 ears? No. Canonically, Mikote and Viera only have the one set of ears you see on the top of their head. So you will see that in every single hairstyle, their ears are very conveniently obscured. They basically do the thing that that Uma Musume does, where hair will very clearly obscure the ears. You can see that in every single hairstyle, even the shorter ones, you do not see ears, because these are canonically our ears. Observe the pompadour. So yeah, there's that. You can change the hair color, you can change jaw, eye shape, eye color, eyebrows, and you got the facial like tattoos and stuff. So I actually do have like face paint on. This like white marking here is not normally there. You can see that typical. This is the default look, right? So Mikote always have the cat whiskers, like Naruto going on. But I have this like extra white stripe because I think it adds a nice sort of feel. And then you can change you can choose voice as well. There's a bunch of different voices. So that's that. I can show you a little bit of what some other races might be able to do. Like say Hrothgar for example, because they're obviously very different. So then, like before, you can adjust tail shape, you can adjust tail length, then your face changes quite a bit about your character, as you can see. There's pretty notably there's notably different facial profiles because you have a snout, right? Like this is not a typical human face. Your snout is a very big factor to how the shape of your face looks and everything. Skin color as usual. Fur color and fur pattern is also something that this race has because obviously other races don't have this kind of fur going on. So basically the character customization is quite varied. It's not the most extreme out there. There are actually games where the character customization is a lot more like intense. But I'd say that FF14 has a good amount as well. So yeah, I'll go ahead and log back in. So, do y'all have any questions about the game so far? Any itching feeling in the back of your head that you might want answered, or anything that you're curious about? I don't think anyone here is too interested in actually playing the game themselves, even though I actually would recommend it, because the free trial is very extensive. Like genuinely, the free trial is very, very extensive. You can play the game for free for a very long time before you're put in a situation where you have to spend money. And technically, you can play it forever. There is no time limit to the free trial, in case anyone is wondering. You can actually play the free trial forever if you wanted to. Combat system. Alright, that's a good one. So, just like any other MMORPG, this game has a bunch of different classes, and each class will have its own style of combat. Now FF14 is an MMO that subscribes to the classic style of tank DPS healer, right? So this is an MMO that does follow the typical RPG trifecta. There's a lot of MMOs nowadays that don't really do this, where like basically every single player is a DPS. But FF14 follows the rubric of World of Warcraft. So there is a tank DPS healer trifecta, right? And so you can actually see here, these are all of the different combat classes in FF14. And you may notice that I have quite a few of them maxed out at level 100. One thing that makes FF14 very different from other games is that you can play every single class in the game on a single character. It is not like other MMOs where like you need to make a new character every time you want to play a different class. It is not like that. You can play every single class in the game on one character. So you can see that I'm level 100 in most of these classes, but I'm also like level 93 Bar, level 23 Thaumaturge. I haven't unlocked Gladiator, I haven't unlocked a Lancer, but all of the rest I've unlocked, I've played, I've leveled, and so on. Basically, you can play a tank on a tiny character, correct. That is possible. Usually most tanks are the dwarves. I mean, canonically you could say that. So, for me personally, my main class is Monk. I think you could guess. I don't think it's too difficult to guess. My main class is Monk, aka Punchy Punchy. Right? So, the way that the game works is that there are multiple different sorts of content. There are dungeons, there are trials and raids, there's alliance raids, and then there's higher end like duties and stuff. Dungeons will be typically 4-player content. 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS. So you basically progress through the dungeon. In this game, every class does need to do their job, quite notably. Like again, it's different from other MMOs or RPGs where like every single class or player is a DPS. Here, you do need to do your job. The tanks are the only class that can really tank enemy hits. So they need to take aggro. The job of a tank is to take aggro from enemy like mobs and stuff. And then the healer's job is to make sure they stay alive. If the tank dies, typically everyone else will die. Because no one else is nearly tanky enough to take aggro for too long. So it is actually very important for people to follow their roles correctly. There are like bigger content, so like trials and raids, which are basically boss fights, are typically 8-player content, right? So you'll usually have 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 4 DPS. And then there's actually like mechanics where you need to like swap aggro between tanks, or like healers and DPS need to do certain things, or like... It's hard to describe, but I think you guys kind of get what I mean. Can you dodge? Yes. So, the way that the way that FF combat works, and the way that generally a lot of combat works in MMOs is that you dodge boss attacks. The bosses will have auto attacks, right? They do have normal auto attacks, which is usually absorbed by the tank, because they can only auto attack one person. But then they will also do like AoE, so you'll see like the big orange circle on the ground that you have to dodge. It's kind of similar to Enfield actually. It's similar to Enfield in that like you will see like AoEs on the ground and you have to make sure you're not standing in them or you take damage. About like those raids, I'm thinking that there's a guild system. That is correct, there is a guild system. But we don't call them guilds in FF14, we call them free companies. I am in a free company, you can see right here. This is my free company, Crimson Lily. So this is my guild. That's why I have the Lily next to my name here. That is actually my free company tag to identify that I belong to this free company. And then you can see these are all the like members of the free company and stuff. So it is like a guild. I would show you some like boss fights, but I am one person. So I wouldn't be able to show it very well. Let's see. What would be a good one to like maybe show you guys for the heck of it? What would be a good one to just show you guys for the heck of it? I do not know. Is there any penalty for dying in raids? Basically, if you die during a raid, the only way you get back up is if a healer resurrects you. Right? In case you're wondering, there is no like EXP or money penalty to dying. Right? You can die however you want. For example, I can self-destruct. And there is no penalty for that. I just basically respawn at my closest save point. If there is any penalty, is that your gear takes damage and then you have to repair it. But repairing is very cheap. But if you die during a raid, like if you die during a boss fight, for example, it will not give you the option to just respawn inside the boss fight. The only way you can get back up is if a healer resurrects you. Now, every healer class in the game does have a way of resurrecting. They do have a resurrection skill. However, the resurrection skill is on a very long cooldown. It costs them a lot of mana, and when you are resurrected, you will have a debuff on you for like the next minute or so, where all of your stats are half. Alright, so that results in you doing a lot less damage or being able to tank a lot less damage for the next minute or so. And if you die during that next minute, that gets halved again. And when you are raiding, damage is important. There are time limits on boss fights. If you're not able to defeat a boss fast enough, the boss just wipes the party. So you cannot afford to die too much, because then you just don't do enough damage to kill the boss. Healer sounds kinda OP, not gonna lie. Not really. It's quite difficult to, like, I mean, you can imagine that it's not easy to play a healer. You have to not only make sure you're doing your rotations correctly, but you also have to make sure that the tank is alive. You have to make sure that your entire team is alive, including anyone who was unfortunately not able to dodge attacks and end up taking damage and stuff like that. Time limit makes sense because then people are just gonna ube. Yes, punishment for being a troll. Precisely. Alright, so that's usually how that works. I guess I could just jump into like a boss real quick just to show you guys a little bit of how it works. What is a good one to show you? One that isn't too... Okay, let's do this. So, normally you're not supposed to be able to solo boss content, but because there is a lot of content in like FF14, right? And stats just kind of end up inflating over the years. If I go into old content without like syncing my level to the old content, then I can actually solo bosses. Alright, so I'm just gonna jump into a boss solo right now. This is very old boss content, so I will barely take any damage because I'm doing it unsynced. I am purely showing you guys what a boss fight might look like. So typically the tank would need to go up to the boss, need to tank it, and then the boss would start like auto-attacking them, right? So you can see I'm not taking much damage because again, this is like level 50, 60-ish boss content and I'm level 100. So I'm purely showing you like just how this sort of thing works. So like I can hurt the boss a bit, the boss fights back. And then the boss might pop like certain mechanics. For example, it might start summoning ads, or it might start charging up certain skills. You can see the boss cast bar there. He's charging up a big skill. Again, this is not gonna do a lot of damage to me because I'm a lot higher level than this content right now. It is purely for me to show you guys kind of how it's supposed to work. And this is very old content. So the boss, like this boss isn't too difficult. So you can see stuff like this, right? So I have to dodge. And then this pops up on me. So people need to avoid my big circle and stuff like that, right? Actually, I just had an idea. Hold on, I just had a better idea. I can queue into some content right now. 500k HP on you, yeah. Hold on, I just had a better idea. I can just queue into some content right now, actually. And then hope So basically, part of the game's dailies, right, is that you will need to queue into certain content and then it gives you extra EXP or certain like currencies and so on. So I can like queue into this and then I can wait. So basically it's queuing in the background and then I might be able, and hopefully it queues me into like some higher level content so that I can show you guys how the game is nowadays. But in this game, rotations are also very important. There is a notable best way to play each class typically. So you can see I have a lot of buttons down here, right? I have a good number of buttons down here. Every single one of these is an ability. So unlike, let's say, if we use gacha games for example, right? When you're in a gacha game, typically if you hold down left click or you keep spamming left click, you will go through your entire auto attack chain, right? And in a lot of MMOs, you will typically have like some kind of auto attack or auto like damaging on a combo. FF14 does not have that. Every single portion of your combo is a button. So imagine, like, say you're playing a character in a gacha, and rather than spamming left click to do your auto attack chain, every single attack is a different button. That is FF14. So for example, it's pure skill and precision, basically. It's a lot of practice, basically. Like, you get used to it over time, especially if you play the game like through level 1 to 100, the skills slowly get added to your kit, so you kind of learn what they do. But then you remember you can actually play every single class on one character. So if you want to level up more classes, you have to learn those classes' rotations as well. Or you can choose not to and just level them up for fun. Technically, you only really need to know rotations if you want to do raiding and higher level content with them. But as you can see, my queue just popped, right? So it just queued me into some content. Let's see if I can get something that's kind of higher level to show you guys what actual boss fighting looks like. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, it's not the highest level, but I don't remember this fight, so I'm probably going to mess up. One thing that's good is that the music is good for this fight, if I remember. So you guys can actually see in the bottom, like, right, what buttons I'm pressing. So that guy has a marker on him, so he has to walk away because the boss shoots a laser beam at him. And then now he covers like half the map, and you have to make sure you're not in that big thingamajig. So you actually have to move out of things and do mechanics all while performing your rotation. So this is also normal difficulty content. A lot of boss fights will have higher level versions of the boss fight. Oh, so that thing has just spawned over there. We need to go over there and position ourselves correctly, because it blasts us backwards. And then it blasts the sides right after, and now the map is smaller. And I guarantee you that I'm probably gonna fall off this map at some point because I don't remember the fight. So that's a stack marker. That tells you we need to stand on top of this guy, because if we don't, he takes all the damage by himself and dies. This looks like WoW. It was built off of the WoW template. I can explain a little bit more about that in a moment. Hold on, let me make sure I don't kill myself. Oh, if I have the donut, I need to walk away. Damn, I messed up my rotation a little bit. This looks fun, like really fun for you. That's nice. Honestly, content gets really ridiculous. Like this is actually not a particularly difficult fight because it is a slightly older one. Oh, where's he going? Oh, he's going over there. Oh, hold on. I forgot that's what that did. And now he's coming out over there. That's gonna blow up. Maybe I'll go and try queuing up for like one of the higher level contents later to show you guys how it works. Oh, that's center. Damn, I thought someone was gonna die there. That was close. And there we go. And then it lets you commend the players after the content as well. So yeah, it's something like that. Oh, we have a bot. Thank you, mod. So yeah, that's kind of something like how, that's kind of how the combat is. Like for Monk, for example, like this is my rotation. You can kind of see in the bottom right. There's like different bars and stuff that I have to manage, and then there's like an ideal sort of rotation. But then different classes will play differently, right? So I think that makes things pretty interesting. So let me go ahead and queue for something that's a little bit more recent, I guess. Let me try queuing for something that's a bit more recent, specifically, so that I can show you guys. One of these is probably good. Which one? This one? This one's pretty fun. Yeah, let's try. You know what? If I queue for a few, I'll definitely get one. Yeah, let's queue for these and see if I can find one. In the meantime, I can show you guys other things. So that's the combat, and then like I can just basically switch classes on the fly as well. So all these buttons here on the side are actually different classes. I just have them assigned here so that I can click one button and then I can switch. And yes, I am holding an umbrella. There is a setting in the game that lets you automatically pull out an umbrella when it starts raining. And I can actually, like, you can collect umbrellas as well. So you can see here I have a bunch of different umbrellas. Like I have this one, which has cat ears. Actually no, this is the one that's straight up a cat. Hold on. The fat cat parasol. So yeah, there's different umbrellas and stuff that you could use. I have this one set to my default because I actually have a Vivian cosplay using this umbrella. So I can just show you that right now. This is my Vivian cosplay. Pretty cute. Pretty nice. I'm actually quite proud because I found the pieces that feel like actually look like her. Alright, so my queue is pop. In fact, it's one of the more interesting ones, so this'll be fun. So this is one of the newest boss fights that just released. So you can see what the mechanics look like. Also, pay attention to the music, because the music for this one is a banger.
The president must pay for his crimes. Give him one more, champion.
The later you get, the more bosses don't have direct telegraphs. You can see that one, like it instantly attacked after the orange square. Because you're supposed to pay attention to the boss itself. Hello XYU, welcome to the stream. Oh, these are gonna expand. This is a fun mechanic. You have to find where the boss's exit is. Just call you So You. Hello So You. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently showing my chat FF14 because I've never really showed them the game before on stream.
They've been struck with venom, but they can weather it.
Man, the music for this one is so good. I'm gonna be honest, I've completely forgotten how this mechanic works. This will explode when the effect expires. Okay, so I don't think it's anything too notable.
Another attack evaded with a fall.
Do I remember you? Oh, I'm not sure if I do. I think I don't, unfortunately. Apologies, sir. Oh, that's a lot of... Oh.
His arms are snaking round the ring. What's he planning?
Wow, we don't have a lot of room to work with. I get the feeling we're not supposed to have this many people on one spot. Okay, no, we're good. Oh, this, oh no. Oh. Oh, we need to be behind it. Oh, that's a lot of damage there. Wow, this is a mess. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is one of those situations where I wish I could show you guys what I'm doing on the keyboard. Cause you don't realize how many buttons I'm pressing just from the scope of the... Alright, escape the snake mechanic again. We can hear the intense clicking. Oh right, that's true. One of the benefits of having a clicky keyboard. Uh-oh, wait, I made a mistake. Ouch! Big ouchie wouchie. So you can see peeps are dying and the healers have to pull them back up. Oh, damn. Holy fudging hell! Top defensive measures! Almost there. Oh my god. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot. When you get hit by mechanics, you get these vulnerability stacks, which make you take more damage. So you need to dodge. By the way, phase 2. You thought it was done!
Capacity.
As a melee character as well, I need to make sure that while I'm dodging mechanics, I need to remain close enough to the boss to hit him. So that also plays a role during higher level content. And there we go. So yeah, that's a little bit of what a newer content looks like in FF14. Oh yeah, I can get loot. Hold on. Let me roll for loot. Hey, I got the minion. Nice. So yeah, that's a little bit of what combat content looks like. Obviously, if you do decide to play the game, earlier game content is a lot simpler than this, so you don't have to worry about getting overwhelmed. The game is old, but it does a good job of like scaling things up over time. So that's one thing. Let's see, what else can I show y'all? Okay, one very big draw that I personally think is very cool about the game, right? Is housing. You got an MMO, you got lots of people spending time in the game, so obviously you gotta have player housing, right? In fact, I've kind of soft shown this to you guys already, because the map I am in right now is a player housing map. This is a residential district. You can see if I pull up the mini map here, right? All of these are player houses. So each one of these buildings here, you'd see like all these buildings here actually belong to players. Like you can see here, this belongs to this person. So it actually does a sort of neighborhood style of housing, so I can actually just like walk around different places and visit people's houses, right? Which I think is quite unique. Oh, here's one of my guild members. Let me say hello back here quick. This is actually an empty house that we can bid on to buy. Looks like some peeps have bid on it. So this house right here that I was like kind of testing things out on with the training dummy. Oh, looks like we got some of my guild peeps outside. And if you're wondering why we have guild peeps outside, oh, this is because this is our guild house. You can see the owner is Crimson Lily. This is our guild house. So guilds can also purchase houses, or free companies, I guess. I keep calling them guilds because that's the common term, but in FF they're called free companies. So this building right here belongs to our free company. That's why you can see a bunch of my guild peeps hanging out outside. Damn. Damn, where that car from? I've not seen that mount before. Oh, of course, it's from high level content. We got cars in a fantasy game. Oh, of course. It looks like a Hot Wheel. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, wrong one. That was the wrong one. There's a lot of emotes and stuff as well. FF14 is a very social game, guys. Like, it's very much designed for like the social aspect. Like, if I pull up like the emote menu, these are all the different emotes you can do. And you can like collect them as well. These are things that you get from various pieces of content. Is it possible to race cars? There's no real like car racing. There's no like mount racing content. There is, however, chocobo racing. There is actually a game mode where you raise, breed, and race chocobos, kind of like Uma Musume style. But not a lot of people interact with that content. So I can actually show you guys, so this is my guild house, right? We can actually go inside. And housing is customizable. So you can actually buy furniture and arrange it. Like this, you see, this is fully customized by my guild members. They have designed this entire interior. It is normally empty. So it's not just that you can buy a house in the neighborhood, you can also decorate the inside by buying like furniture and stuff. So all of this is custom. This is not like any sort of template, or it doesn't come built in or anything. It's all built by the people who own the house. Like, if I go and visit some random other house, like say I just go down the hill here to this house. even the outside, you can see the outside is also customizable. Like all of this stuff on the lawn is also placed by the player. So like if I go in, you can see. So this house looks like this. Again, all self-decorated. It's basically up to your creativity and how you want to arrange things to like make different housing designs and stuff. Trespassing, yeah. I mean, you can lock your house. It is possible to lock your house. So if it's open, it means that you're okay with people going in and having a look. Hey, hold on. And you can get very creative with it. If I remember correctly, one of these houses was quite unique. Yeah, robot. Yep, I've got a bunch of mounts on a random roulette. So like, this one, yeah, I remembered correctly. This person's house is cyberpunk, as you can see. Housing is actually an entire thing in this game, because there's some people who actually just do housing like full-time in-game. Like they'll offer their services to decorate, and people will actually pay them to help decorate their house, because there is genuine skill in house decorating. You need to know how to like glitch furniture in certain ways to make things look like stuff. A lot of these pieces of furniture are also different things combined together, right? Because the game doesn't have every sort of furniture you can find. So you kind of have to like mix and match things and glitch stuff into each other to create the look of certain styles. Now I don't have a house I used to have a house, but I didn't log in for too long, so I lost my house. Part of the downside of having this kind of housing system where all of the houses actually exist in the world, it means that there's only a limited number of these types of houses. So if you don't log in long enough, your house disappears. And I think that's fair, because otherwise you could just hold on to a house forever even if you don't play the game anymore. However, I do have other sorts of things, because a house is not the only type of residence that you can purchase in this game. There are three types of residential structure that you can purchase. The first type is, like I've shown you, a house, right? So these exist in the world itself. You can actually go and visit people directly. The second type is an apartment. In every residential district, there is an apartment building. As you can see here, apartment building entrance. And you can actually buy an apartment room in the building. So I actually have an apartment in here. You see, this is a list of all the people with an apartment in this building, right? You can actually visit them as well if you want to. You can see, there I am. Iris Edelweiss, that's me. And you can tell from the name as well, the Flightless Dodo Cafe. So I have designed this as a cafe, basically. I can actually go in and show you guys. And here we are. This is my apartment. This is a room that I have decorated. I think it's pretty nice. I actually made this not that long ago. I designed this like 3 weeks ago or so, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So this is my cafe. So because there's quite a big social scene in FF14, people will actually open venues, right? People will actually design their houses into like cafes or bars or like maid cafes. We have a lot of maid cafes. And then they'll like advertise them here. So there's actually some peeps here who are like, for example, this one, Bite Bar. They'll advertise and tell people where they are, and people can go visit. So I've opened this cafe once before myself. It's pretty fun, you know, you just get to chill there, chat with people, pretend to be like a cafe owner or like a cook or that kind of thing and serve people food. It's pretty fun. So this is my apartment. How many races are in the game? 8. Yep, Lilo still remembers because I showed you guys the character creation a moment ago. There's 8 races, but they're also a little bit different gender-wise. So you could even say that it could be up to like 16. You can also change the music that you play inside your house or apartment. Right, you can see here, this is my playlist. I can choose what tracks from the game I want to add in, and these are also collectibles. So yeah, this is my apartment. Quite nice. Now, I mentioned that there were 3 types of residential structure that you could purchase. The first one is the house that I've already shown you guys. The second one is the apartment. The third one is a free company room. So when a building is purchased by a free company, aka like the building is owned by a guild, like, you know, my guild building here, the guild members can also buy rooms inside the building. So I have an FC room as well. How many classes? Here you go. These are all the classes in the game. All the combat classes. And then you'll actually notice there's another tab. These are all the combat classes. These are all the crafter classes. As you can see. In fact, slightly different. These are crafter classes on the left. These are gatherer classes on the right. As you can see, I don't interact with the crafters and gatherers quite as much. I'm guessing you can have 2 or more. You can have all of them. You can level every single class in the game on one character. That is one of the big selling points of FF14. That's why you can see I'm level 100 Warrior, Dark Knight, Gunbreaker, Monk, Ninja, Samurai, level 93 Bard, level 23 Thaumaturge. They record all of the levels of each class separately. And I can just switch between them whenever I want. Well, not inside content. You do have to choose one class to play when you go into content. But outside, I can change whenever I want. And I can queue as whatever class I want, as long as I have the right equipment and everything. So I also have an FC room, so you can see here, this is the additional chambers, and then these are all the different rooms of my guild members as well. And here is my private room, and this is my newest creation. This is actually a room that I designed, I think just last week actually. I think I just designed this room last week, and I'm very happy with how this room came out. Because I designed it with a team. Observe! My roadside ramen cart. Hello Ray, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I have designed my room to look like it is outdoors. And I have a ramen cart here. I have also opened this venue once. Had yummy dinner. Welcome back, Harsha. Glad to hear you had a good dinner. So you see, this is also a place I designed. I've been having a lot of fun with the housing, as you guys can see. In fact, I even have an outfit for this one when I actually open this. I have a ramen chef uniform. So I can actually like stand back here. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I can just stand back here that people can come in and visit my ramen stall. What? You can build like Minecraft in FF14? Not quite. I'd consider it a little closer to like The Sims. It's definitely not block by block, but basically you can decorate like your rooms and your houses and stuff. Can you become a horse beast person? No. The 8 races are Hyur, which is like human, Elysin, which is like elf, Lalafell, which is like dwarf, but stubbier, Mikote, which is me, cat girl, cat boy, Aura, which is like more of a dragon type race. Then you have the Hrothgar, which are lion people, the Viera, which are rabbit people, and then the Rogadin, which are like just big burly sea dwellers kind of thing. This is giving me Viking vibes. No, this place I designed to be kind of Japanese feeling. But yeah, different people can decorate their places in different ways. Like I can probably show you guys some of my other guild members' rooms. Let's see. Like this for example. You can do more of a open feeling cafe kind of thing. You can make more of something like this. These are all this, by the way, all of these start out as the same empty room. All of the rooms I'm showing you right now start off as the same empty room. And you can see that you can just kind of let your creativity flow on how you want to decorate it. Alright, so this one, like my guild member designed it as a night sky viewing deck kind of thing. Hello Jenho, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Looks like free for all. I wish I had that in mobile. Well, they are still developing it, but I still don't really know how exactly they're going to do that. So yeah, I think housing is really cool, and this is one of the... There's a bunch of different housing districts, and they look different, right? So this is one of the housing districts. This is the Mist. It's basically like a beachside housing district. If I go over to one of the other cities, let me TP over. Then here's another housing district. And this one is more nature style. You can see all of those out there. Those are houses, you can see. If I open up the map, all of those, you see? All those buildings, those are player houses. Each of them belong to a separate player. And this is another style of housing. What do you think of the news revealed so far? I kind of know a bit more though. I'm just basically waiting until we actually get all the official information for MPLMY before I really start commenting on things. Cause right now a lot of stuff is still rumors. The only thing we have confirmed is like which are the teams that are going to be there. There's also a Japanese style, the residential district actually. You can tell just from like the name. This is Kugane. This is the Japanese style area, and it also has its own residential ward. So this is the housing for Kugane, you can see. If I TP in a little bit to show you guys. Look at that. So in any of these places, we can actually just like buy housing. So I think that's one of the big selling points of the game. That's Kyoto style buildings? Yeah, that's Japanese style basically. What do I think of the orgs? I don't really think too much about the orgs. I think it's kind of cool that we have like international orgs coming in. I am a little bit concerned about the fact that we're gonna have RRQMY, considering we know how the fan base can be for the kingdom. But yeah, I think it's curious. Does this game have a samurai race? Yes! Actually. You can see right here. Samurai class. Right there. In fact, it also has ninja. So yes, it does. It does have a samurai class. Where is my samurai? Right here. You can see I've got a katana going here. Oh yeah, this is probably where the event is happening as well. I'm realizing there's a lot of people here, yeah. Look at that. There is an event happening that just started today. Never expected my fluke question would actually have an answer. Yeah, it would be surprising, but we do have a samurai class. Alright, is there any other questions you guys have so far about the game? Oh yeah, you guys wanted to see outfits, right? Is it time to show outfits? So the game has a glamour system. It's kind of like Transmog system, but worse. And you can see here, I can actually design outfits. I can create glamour plates, which basically allow me to mix and match outfits that I have, right? So I can like choose items, I can choose things, and I can put them together, and then I can actually apply them. You're low-key gonna be Malaysian Kingdom because there will be Sasa. Again, I don't know, I don't have any confirmation, so I won't say anything yet. My question is why doors are opening anti-clockwise? Are they? I wouldn't even notice that. But yeah, Lila wants you to show outfits. So, time for a little fashion show. And again, just to remind you guys, because I know someone's probably gonna bring it up, a lot of my outfits are a little bit on the revealing side. I play as a cat girl. What do you expect? So yeah, as you guys have already seen, this is my monk glam. I actually have two. I have two monk outfits. So basically, you can design outfits for whatever you like. Like you can design a bunch of casual outfits you can design a bunch of combat outfits if you want. For me, the way that I like to do it is I like to have different outfits for each class. Alright, so that way I can assign the outfits to the classes, and then when I switch classes, I can switch outfits as well. So that tends to be my... Show us some dwarves. Well, I can probably find some outside. Hold on. They're not dwarves though. They're Lalafell, which is kind of different. Like they're not like it's not like they come around stompy with the big beards and the hammers. So like for example here, this is my friend, that's why their name is Orange. And they are a Lalafell. As you can see, they are quite small. They're standing on a bench and they're still shorter than me. And if you guys remember, I am actually the shortest possible height for a cat girl. So, that gives you a bit of an idea. They look like goblin bears. What a thing to say. There's a whole bunch of people here. Like there's another one right there. Yeah, there's a bunch of people here because there's an event going on. I'll probably do that in just a little bit as well once I show you guys my outfits and stuff. You can see all the people around. Damn, there are a lot of people around. I guess some people are taking pictures as well because the town is a little more nicely decorated for the occasion. It is Little Ladies Day in FF14, which is like some kind of spring event. I think it's based on like a Japanese festival as well. If I'm not wrong, I think I googled it and it's like Hinamatsuri. I might be wrong, but I think that's what it said. That's what Google said. If you type in a chat box, will it appear on top of your character like Roblox? Yes. But surprisingly enough, that's actually a fairly recent addition. We did not have that for a very long time. I think they only added it like last year, if I'm not wrong, actually, that the chat box would appear on top of your head. So like you can see if I... Hello. Like that. Hinamatsuri, yes? Okay, nice, I remembered it. So yeah, anyway, let me show you guys my outfits, or at least the current outfits that I have, because there's a lot of older outfits that I've had to remove. As you can see from this UI, I only have 20 glamour plates, which means I can only really save up to 20 outfits at a time. So anytime I come up with a new outfit, I have to retire an old one. So I can show you guys some of my older outfits later, because I actually have them saved as well. Show us your vault, yes. So yeah, this is my main outfit. This is my first monk outfit. Yes, it shows a lot of skin, but I like it that way. I've always had a preference for this style of outfit on anime girls, especially like the punchy type, because it just feels very practical, you know? It's very practical, but also very nice to look at. Now I have a second monk outfit, which is a... Like this is, yeah, once again, just a little bit of a circle around to show you guys. I do like the ribbon as well. Lilo mentioned earlier that she likes the ribbon. I also really like this ribbon. So here's a little bit of a story to tell you guys actually before I continue with showing outfits. So there are a lot of outfit items in the game, right? And most outfit items are assigned to a class. If I hover over this, you can see the green text right under the item level, it's PGL MNK SAM, right? So that's actually the classes that can wear this item, aka Pugilist, Monk, and Samurai. So for most of the lifespan of FF14, you could only wear equipment items that your class could wear. And that included when you glamoured them, when you transmogged them, right? So if I was on Monk, for example, and I wanted to choose outfits for my character, I could only choose items that a Monk would be able to equip ordinarily. But just at the end of last year, after the game is like over 10 years old or something, at the end of last year, they removed that restriction. So that means that every class in the game can now glamour, aka like transmog, and wear any item in the game. Which is like massive. Like I literally resubbed to the game after not playing for a while just because of that change, because I knew that I could create all new outfits once again. Is there a demon race? Not really. I don't think so, no. You could say that the dragon race is kind of similar because they have like scales and horns, but not really. That's cool, right? So, like, this outfit would not be possible, like, just a few months ago. Just a few months ago, the outfit I'm wearing right now would not be possible. Because this top is blacksmith. These pants are any class. The shoes are sage. The ribbon is dancer. So this would not have been possible because there's multiple items here that monk would not be able to wear. So the fact that they removed that restriction just opens up so many other options. Do you have a full medieval armor costume? I do not. But I can probably play around a little bit in the dresser later if you want. Or I guess, you know what, since you want to see it, let me see. So this dresser is actually filled with items that I put in. This is not every item in the game, this is items that I myself have chosen to put into my dresser. And there's an 800 item limit, which I really think they need to expand. Try blonde hair, I want to see the look. Maybe later. Can you make school uniform? Yes. In fact, there are multiple potential school uniform outfits. Hold on. You can get, okay, let me use my monk just to like show you guys. So like maybe I have that. That's like a school uniform top. I have like casual jacket. I don't have a lot of armor. I'll tell you right now. I don't have a lot of armor because I like skin. Do you need to buy dress in here too? Typically, yes. You do need to like collect the gear in some way. Some items can be found and purchased from NPCs. Some items can be earned from dungeons or boss fights. And then there are some cosmetic items that you would need to buy from the online store that uses real money. And I actually have some of those. Like I mentioned to you guys, I've spent money on cosmetics, real money. So yeah, I don't have a lot of like armor saved in here because I just don't typically wear armor. Let's see, do I have anything that's like more armor style? Not really. That, I guess. That's probably something like... Then I probably do have like a helmet here or there. Like that. Definitely not my typical style, but it is possible. There's a lot of armor pieces, it's just that I'm not the person you should be looking for to show them to you. Yeah, something like that, I guess, you know? I do have some pieces here or there. That kind of thing, you know? And then you can color, you can dye them. So you see, like this piece of armor right here, I can actually dye it different colors. So that's part of the customization as well. Almost every piece of gear in the game can be dyed. So you can change the color of things. I'm a sucker for the uniform aesthetic. School uniform is probably something I like. There is literally a school uniform set on the online store. I can probably just hold on. Let me show that to you. Let me open up a web browser. FF14 online store. Let me look for it, hold on. So yeah, this is the online store. As you can see, these are all out. It is outside the game, yes. It is an entirely different storefront. For example, here is a Far Eastern schoolgirl's uniform. So this is a more like classic olden Japanese style school uniform. There's a lot of people with this. I don't have this one. There is an actual just straight up school uniform if I remember correctly. It might be older, so I might have to scroll down a bit. No, not down here. Where is it? Where is it? Here. Right there. I'm pretty sure this is what you're looking for. Straight up school uniform. They got collab costumes like Monster Hunter costume collab. I think so, yes. Exactly what you were thinking. Yeah, that I figured. I've considered buying this because the skirt is very cute. But man, it's tough. Hold on. Yes, I am using Edge right now because I just feel like it performs better when I'm streaming. FF14 Monster Hunter collab outfit. I'm pretty sure they have the Hope armor set. Oh yeah, Edge ends up using Bing though. I feel like Bing is still not doing a very good job. Okay, fudge it. Let's open up Chrome. Hold on. FF14 Monster... I can't type. Monster Hunter collab outfit. So the most recent one actually had the Hope armor. So this is from Wilds, if you can recognize it. It even has some of the Monster Hunter weapons. You can see. And I think we did have older ones as well. But I'm not sure if I could still find the older ones anymore. Maybe this? This is when Rathalos was added to the game. Yeah, so we got the Rathalos set in FF14. This was like a few years ago. I see the big ass sword. Yep. It's the one from Arknights. Yeah, I guess so. So there's stuff like that. Do they have Hatsune Miku? No, but people have cosplayed her. There are a lot of people who would cosplay in this game. Like, I can probably look it up. FF14 Hatsune Miku. And I'm pretty sure someone will have done it. Like, multiple people probably. Like, you can see here. Like that. Or that. You know? Hatsune Miku dwarf? Yeah. If it exists, someone has probably tried doing it in FF14. By the way, I still haven't actually shown all my outfits because we've just been FF14 Uma cosplay? Oh, for sure. I saw one recently of Gold Ship. Hold on, FF14 Uma Musume. Let's see. Observe. This was a dude cosplaying it. Obviously, there's only so close that you can get, but people do try their best, right? Some of them get pretty accurate, like this is very close. This especially, I remember, this is the one I was remembering. I saw this quite recently. Very accurate. Then otherwise it's just people trying to make do with whatever pieces they can find. Because obviously you're not going to be able to find stuff that's exact, but sometimes you can get pretty darn close. Do they have Agnes Digital? I guess I could try searching. Doesn't look like it, not yet. We probably need to wait until she's actually released in global for people to really start like figuring it out. Or maybe people just haven't really been able to find the correct item pieces in game to make her work. But yeah, cosplay is part of the thing as well. People do like dressing up as characters. That's why, you know, I did the Vivian cosplay as well. She is released? Wait, was she? Oh yeah, she was. That was a while ago too. That's how you know I'm no longer caught up with Uma Musume stuff. But yeah, anyways. So to show you all my outfits. This is my monk outfit, as I've already shown. This is my second monk outfit, which is a dress. I do have a dress. This one's also funny because of the weapons. I have a special set of monk weapons with this outfit. Sharks. Look at him. So this dress is actually bought from the online store. This is an online store dress. So I have spent money on this one. I had to, it's got the shoulders. Oh yeah, something else you can do as well. You can actually assign different portraits. You can assign different so one thing you can do is you can customize your adventurer plate. So this is like your profile, and this can be modified, right? I can change my portrait and my pose. I can change the design of the plate, as you can see here. I can switch it up to different things. Switch that up to different things, you know? All of that. There's a lot of customization. But one of the things you can do is making portraits. You can actually pose your character and create like an image of it. And this is what is shown at the start of the dungeon. Like when like a dungeon or a raid starts, it will actually show the portrait of every character in the content. So this is something you can also customize. You see here, like I can change the pose, I can switch the background, I can like make them do different things, and then like arrange and position, that kind of thing. So I have different portraits as well for all of my outfits. So that's pretty fun, right? Yeah. So then you guys saw this one earlier when Harsha asked about it, but this is my samurai outfit. So my goal for this one was to do a little bit more of a techie look, like kind of a cyber like cyborg android sort of look. Obviously still with skin because that's just me. It's kind of designed around the sword as well because the sword, as you can see, is very cyberpunk-ish. And what's special about this little thing, this headpiece, right? It's a visor, actually. Like, I can bring it down. Look at that. So that's a very cool piece right there. So this is my samurai outfit currently. It's got glowing parts as well, which I think is cool. Part of dyeing is making sure that certain things match other things. For example, this top with the glowing like cape back there, this glow, I could not change the color of it. this is a fixed blue glow. So I basically had to dye this thing up top to match the blue glow to make it look cohesive. It's that sort of thing. Then here I've got my Viper outfit. This is designed to be a little bit more of a Eastern dancer style. But I've got shiny swords going on there as well. You will see I have multiple outfits with this top because I like this top a lot. This is one of the tops that was unlocked after the glamour unlock thing because it is a crafter glam. So only crafters were actually able to use this before they unlocked everything for everyone, and now I use it a lot. Then we have my warrior glam. I actually quite like this one. I think this one's quite cute. I got the hat, I got the outfit, but I've got a big hammer. I like dressing up, guys. That's just basically part of my like gaming experience. I spend a long time dressing up. When the fudging patch dropped that unlocked all of the glamour restrictions, I spent a long time just revamping all of my outfits. Dressing up is so fun, right? Right? So normally this class is supposed to wield an axe. This is actually an axe class. You normally have like a massive axe. But this particular axe is a hammer. That's why I made this. It's pretty cute. Pretty nice. Then we got my ninja outfit. This is one of my newer outfits. Again, yes, I am using the top. Expect to see that. But I think this one's pretty nice because of the weapons. I got some lightning bolt daggers. And one thing that's kind of fun about the ninja class is that it actually has a different running animation than every other class. You Naruto run. Because of course you Naruto run if you're a ninja. It even has a special jump animation. It does a front flip in the air. No other class has a jump animation like this. They all jump normally. Ninja is the only one that gets the fancy stuff. Are we able to PK? No. But there is PvP. There is PvP. But it's not like the other MMOs where like there's certain zones where you can just walk around and people might ambush you. No, there's no such thing. There is PvP modes. But you cannot just be randomly murdered while you're going about your day. You have to actually participate in PvP. Then here we have my Reaper glam, aka the Scythe class. Also quite a cool class. You turn into the Grim Reaper and everything. I got a very intense portrait going on for this one too. I just like dressing up for different classes. I really wish we had more glamour plates because I want to be able to make like outfits that are not necessarily assigned to a class, you know? Sometimes I just want to have like a casual dress or something. This one, I like the hoodie though. This one has like this jacket top is very nice. Because as you can see, it's like a typical like jacket. It got the inner shirt, got the outer jacket. But then you see a little bit of tummy. You just get like a little bit of tummy right there, which is good shit. Then we got, this is my Gunbreaker glam. This one's a little bit got a little bit of that 2000s club vibe going. I'll probably update this glam soon, because it's kind of overlapping with some of my other newer glams now that I've created. But it's a pretty nice one. Then we got this one, where basically the concept is... I think you can kind of see the concept of this. This is my Dark Knight outfit. I'll probably update this one as well. I feel like the novelty of this one has worn off a little bit. Of course Dodo liked the tummy. Dodo likes everything, sir. I'm a big fan of the entire package. This is the one that actually kind of matches the aesthetic of this top though. In the other outfits, I'm kind of using this top as a tube top, but you have to note these are actually bandages. This has that sort of like bandage look. So it actually fits this look more so than anything. I've even got like arm pieces that have bandages on them as well. Japanese style kilt skirt thing, as well as the, you see the shoes, the lifted shoes up there. Good stuff. Then the Vivian cosplay is my machinist outfit, aka gun. This is the gun class. It's a very interesting gun class because you get to do a lot of things. You get to shoot rockets and chains and flamethrower. Then I have my Bard, which I think is quite a fun little one. I went for a sort of symphony orchestra kind of style because my bow is a guitar. Haha! It's a Bard class, so you know, music is part of its thing. But yeah, I've got a guitar. Then we have my dance. Oops, see, I accidentally removed that. How did I manage that? Where is my dancer? There it is. I have my dancer outfit, which uses this very cute Chinese style top with the fans. Dancer is a pretty popular class. Pretty simple to play. It's a DPS class, but it actually buffs damage for someone else. Avert your eyes, people. It's too bright. Yep, I got fans. In fact, I have a second dancer outfit. This is an outfit that I made for CNY. I was thinking of using this outfit for CNY, but then I was like, a lot of people use this outfit for CNY, so it's a little bit boring. So I made this outfit for CNY, which also uses the fans, but it's a dress instead, with the heels. Very red because of course it's CNY. Feels more flamenco? I guess there's a little bit of that as well, yeah. But I just wanted something red and I saw this dress and I was like, you know what, that kind of looks good, let's go with that. Then we have my red mage. This is designed to be a slightly more casual outfit. I actually quite like this one. You got the biker jacket top with the plaid shirt over the shorts, the boots. I got the boots with the little gear thing at the back as well, and then we got the ribbons on the side of the hair. It's more of a casual look, but it also feels a little fiery. Especially with the flower on the head, but looks amazing. Yeah, I guess so when you point it out like that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this like biker jacket style top. I think it's very nice. Like this entire like plaid shirt comes with the top. And then the shorts are separate. Red Mage is an interesting class as well. It's really a class that I cannot describe. But it uses a rapier, and this rapier has a rose as the hilt, you can see. The mage outfit looks hella cool, yeah. Red Mage is more of like a fencer. It's an interesting class because it has both like ranged spellcasting and also melee fencing swordplay. So it's a pretty interesting class. See, I've got earrings as well, actually. Earrings are also a separate slot, in case you're wondering. Like the accessory slots, earrings, necklace, bracelet, and rings are also separate slots. They actually have models. So this is an earring. You can see here I have a ring here on this hand, a ring on this hand as well. So that adds to even more. You can actually accessorize, right? Which is fun. Then we have my Pictomancer outfit. And this one I went with a little bit of a theming as well. I wanted it to be sunflower colored. I wanted to make an outfit that was sunflower colored. Picto is an interesting class too because it is actually a class that fights by painting. Which is why I have a paintbrush. Yep, so I got the sunflowers on my head, I got the pants, which are colored sunflower color. The sleeves and the top are blue to replicate the sky. And then the shoes actually have all three colors together, which was a surprising find. I was not sure if I could find a pair of shoes that would actually be able to put three colors, but somehow I did. I like that class, that's hella cool. Yeah, it's very cute. Like all the colors and stuff are very cute. You can see like I even like dash with paint. So that's pretty fun. And in case you're wondering, yes, that is a swimsuit top. Okay, next up we have, this is a little bit more of an experimental look here. Reminds me of Remlin since they're the newest character I know that uses art to attack. I think the fun thing about FF14 is all of the classes in FF14 are actually classes that exist in other Final Fantasies. So as we know, there's been a lot of Final Fantasies. We're up to like what, 16 now? So all of the classes in FF14 actually come from other Final Fantasy games. So people know that whenever a new class is added, it is a class that has existed in one of the other mainline games. They just don't know which one. Okay, next up I have, a bit more of an experimental look. My Black Mage. I don't actually really know what I was going for here. I just kind of put some stuff together that looked cohesive. But I don't actually know what kind of theming I was trying to achieve. OMG, another furry. Again, not a furry again. Ears and tail do not count. This is the pure caster class. This is the straight up like destruction mage class. It's an interesting look, but I don't really know how to explain it to you because I kind of cobbled it together based on certain pieces. There wasn't really a primary design intent for it. What's my favorite class? Monk. You already know it, man. For sure. Next up, we have Summoner. This is a class that uses a book, and true to its name, it summons creatures to help fight. Like this little thing here. FYI, too many types 2 features new types. Oh, I expect it to. I definitely expect it to. Punchy punchy, of course, yeah. I mean, you know it. So this is also a caster class. Uses a book, you can kinda guess. Can we summon something cooler? Yes, but I need to hit something. Hold on, let's go back to the training dummy. New starters and Mega Evolution. Wow, really? I don't think I've actually ever played a Pokemon game that had Mega Evolution. Let me hit something so that we can summon cooler stuff. Like that right there. That is I forgot. Lunar Bahamut. Yes, that's his name. Very, very intimidating dude. Then I can summon Ifrit. I can summon Titan. I can summon Garuda. Yes, they are all the primals. For anyone who has played FF14, you will recognize them because they are all the primals. And primals exist in FF14 as well. They are a pretty major part of its storytelling. And then this is regular Bahamut. Shoots lasers. So yeah, you can summon more things for sure. Next up, I have my white mage outfit, which is basically just a winter outfit. I just wanted to make a winter outfit. It looked very cozy, very warm, except for the leggings, but that's fine. Good night, Dodo. I'm asleep now. Okay, Harsha, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by today, sir. Adorable, yeah. I got glasses as well, you can see. It's quite cute. A comfy little set for the cold days. Those are socks. No, not leggings. Yes. Those are socks. I mean, in a way they are leggings in that they are worn on the legs. Then I have Sage, which is a very techie class. You can see I summoned these. I don't really know what they're called, but I summoned these things, so I made it a little bit techie as well. I also have the same headpiece. I like the boots because, as you can see, they're very long boots with big bows at the top. So these are very cute boots. Oh yeah, they have wings. Yondu's weapon, I guess kind of, a little bit. I was about to say I like the boots as well, very adorable. Yeah, they're good boots. They are excellent boots. And I have my Astrologian outfit. Big witch hat. Big fan of the big witch hat. Got the cape going as well. This is the tarot card class with the star aesthetic. Which I love the hat. Yeah, it's like big hats are great. We love the big hats. Whoa, that's quite revealing. Yes. Very much so. But you know, which there are a couple different kinds of witches, you know, and this is one of them. Oops, I actually hit the dummy. So yeah, I can draw cards. It's the Yu-Gi-Oh class. I think that's all the combat classes. And then I already showed you guys this earlier, but I have the ramen chef outfit for my ramen cart inside. This is my culinarian. I also have another uniform for my apartment cafe, which is this. This is also a very cute dress. I'm a big fan of this dress. We hold the frying pan like we're ready to hit someone with it. But yeah, this is a cute dress as well. Like there's a certain like this is a certain genre of dress, but I can't really remember what it is precisely. But yeah, I believe that is all of my current outfits. Right? I think so. Yeah, I believe that is all of my current outfits. Yup. Are these purely cosmetic or do they give buffs? So you do wear equipment, like you do have to wear equipment. Like you can see here, I have equipment with stats and everything. But the actual like cosmetic look of it can be modified purely aesthetically. It is like a skin, basically. It's like you're changing the skin of each piece of equipment that you're wearing. Except they don't give +8 physical attack. It's purely cosmetic. The actual stats come from the equipment that I'm wearing that is being like glamoured or transmogged into this appearance. Now, like I mentioned before to you guys as well, there are a limited number of like outfits that I can save because there's only so many plates. And I mentioned to you guys that when I come up with new outfits, I basically retire the old ones to a website, right? So let me show you guys the website. This right here is Eorzea Collection. I believe this is a fan-made site. It is a catalog of all the different gear sets and stuff that you can have in the game. But it also allows people to submit their glamours, right? So if I go to glamours, you can actually see outfits that players have submitted to the website for people to see. These are all player submitted outfits. So I also submit outfits to this website as a way of memorializing them, right? Because I have to retire older outfits. So it always feels like a shame to retire them, so I basically keep them here. So you can see here they are. Some of my current outfits are still here, as you can see, like the Witch and then the Vivian outfit and then the Reaper outfit. They're still here, but all of these other ones, as you can see, are older outfits that I've already retired. And these are all pictures that I have taken in-game as well, because the game has a picture taking, right? just to show you real quick. If I go in game, and then I go into the picture taking mode, I can actually adjust a lot of things. I can do depth of field to blur the background, I can change different color filters, I can adjust my character's pose and expression, that sort of thing. I can change the lighting, I can adjust lighting and everything, you know? So all of these images that you see up here on the website are taken in game. Magician, Lilo. Ah yes, that's one of the ones that definitely stood out. Let me go ahead. So this was my previous red mage glam actually. This is the red mage outfit that I wore before the current like biker jacket top thing. So you can see that you can put up a few different pictures. You can let people know what equipment you're wearing so that if people come on and see it, they can be like, oh, what pieces are those? And they can use it as reference. This outfit also has a very cute little thing. You see like this this big cape actually has slots for my tail to come out. So some outfits actually have little things like that for the different races. Right? You can see that there's extra little cloth here for my tail to stick out. Whoa, those legs. You've seen a lot more of those legs by now, sir. But yeah, this is definitely one of the outfits I quite liked as well. The fun thing about taking these pictures is you can basically look for places in the world of FF14 that look like they would be good backdrops. So like this is actually kind of a theater stage that I've used for my magician outfit, which is pretty nice. I've got all, so these are all the outfits that I got. This was my old monk outfit as well. It's got a very similar profile to my current one, but my current one is cleaner, which is why, you know, I retired the older one. This is my old samurai glam as well. I also quite like my old samurai glam. It's a little bit more samurai-like, as you can see. Pretty nice. There's definitely peeps with a lot more outfits than me though on this website. Some of the things that people can come up with are very impressive. In fact, if I go to the glamour list and go to most loved, so these are the ones with the most likes across the history of the game, you can see that people get very intense with their picture taking. In fact, they'll often use like plugins or shaders or even do like image editing after taking the picture just to make it look nicer. Peeps can get pretty intense. Oh, this is by this month. I should go to all time. Go to all time loves. I can see all of that. Though most of them are girls, of course. Can you recreate Rita's new battlesuit later? I feel like it would be your style. Which one is that? Oh, do you mean the one with the back completely open? I don't even know if we have something like that in game. I don't feel like we would have something like that in game even. So I do like browsing this website from time to time just to get some ideas, you know, maybe look at pieces that I might have overlooked, clothing out ideas that like I'd like to try out myself. It's pretty nice. Yes. I don't think we have anything like that in game, man. That's actually a little extreme even for FF14. Like, hold on. HI3 Rita new battle suit. Like, this outfit is something. Rita has always been one of the more risque characters. Actually, no, she is just straight up the most risque character in the game. But this definitely is another level. Where is that image of the back that I've seen before? You would think that it would be higher up. Too stimulating? A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we have any outfit anywhere close to this. This kind of back exposure is very rare. Especially when combined with the front. Even from the front alone, I don't think we have anything in FF14 that looks close to this. I've devolved. I'm now a monkey. Nice. Good to know. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. I guess what we can do next is I can do that event real quick that just dropped today. Okay. Let's go do that event. Shouldn't take too long. Whoops, that's the wrong teleport. Actually, I could just do that. I think one other thing as well that's really interesting to know about FF14 is the story behind the game. And I'm not talking about like the in-game story that we said is very long that we play through. I'm talking about the story behind the game itself, the development of FF14. Because there is genuinely an entire saga going on with that as well, that I feel like I want to share with you guys later. But let's go talk to this guy. This is the Hinamatsuri event, or in-game it's called the Little Ladies Day. Little Ladies Day festivities, as you can see. So I'm not really, I'm just kind of reading quickly through the story here. I don't think it matters too much, because event story is usually quite self-contained. These are actually characters that we've met in previous iterations of this event. I still remember this NPC. We met him in last year's Little Ladies Day. Damn. To think that it's been a year. God damn. Seasonal event. But yeah, it's a fun game. There's a lot to do. If any of y'all do decide to try it, I can actually like play with you guys if you're wondering. Oh look, look. It's a bigger wasp. This is a minion as well from the Monster Hunter collab. Feels like you can look at them a lot more closely compared to the in Monster Hunter. Hold on, where am I supposed to go? Over there. Was that Raphael from Love and Deep Space? No, I don't think so. A bunch of the NPCs are wearing Oshi shirts. Look at these shirts. Holy shit. Just like me, Nut says. Do you wear Oshi shirts, Nut? Allow me to stand on your chair while I speak to you. Definitely. This is how you talk to short people, guys. This is the correct way of talking to short people. Let that be a lesson to everyone here. I have Deuce hoodie. Oh, nice, nice. You know, at the recent when I went to Comic Fiesta last year, I considered buying a shirt of Vivian because it was very cool looking. Like, it wasn't your typical Oshi shirt. It generally had a nice design. I was debating whether to buy it, and then when I finally decided, hey, let's get it, they ran out of stock. So I guess the decision was made for me. My hoodie's similar. It's not the typical plastered Hoisin hoodie. Actually has a cool design with his face mask. Ooh, nice, nice. Yeah, those are the best. I would wear I would wear an anime character shit if it had like a cool design. I don't want to wear a shirt where they just have like the splash art of the character printed on the shirt. You know, it just feels so boring. Even if you do love the character, it's like, come on, you know, we gotta wear something a little nicer. As you can see, there's a whole idol show happening right here. Oh, looks like the show just ended. I was going to get a different horse, but it was just a horse at the back of the hoodie. No bueno, I see. Oh. There's a fade. Interesting. Each action uses a different various. Oh. Oh, there's actually something to do. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. A 10th of performance. Which color do I wish to wear? Violet, I guess. Oh, that's the dude? Maybe not the dude. Actually, nah, it's fine. I'll wear the dude, fudge it. Why not? Oh my god! Oh my goodness. What an outfit. Okay. What am I? So I'm supposed to stand here, I guess, and wait for the performers to come back up on stage. I see everyone here is wearing an Oshi shirt. It's Raphael. I don't think so. I guess he kind of looks like him. I guess he has a bit of that appearance. I still remember meeting this NPC last year. He was still an up-and-coming star at the time, and he was nervous about performing, and we helped him out. And now a year later, he's officially doing good, I guess. My freaking goat, let me believe. Okay. Alright, I understand. I am wearing a shirt of Raphael, okay. I wonder how often the performance happens and what exactly I need to do as well. Cause I'm supposed to like cheer. Oh, okay, it started. What am I supposed to do? Oh, do I cheer for whoever's up in front? Oh yeah, I guess so. Alright, Raphael is performing. Let's cheer for Raphael. Hey, I'm clicking it. Why can't I... Oh, I have to select him! Oh no! Wow, what a waste. Okay, I need to click on them. I didn't realize I need to click on them. Damn it, I wasted one. It's okay, now I know. Unfortunately, I failed to cheer for Raphael. Look at all these people here. Damn, Dodo, yeah, I failed. This is so sad. Who asked him to be the first one? What was that fan support? I'm here for the girls, after all. Okay, here, I'll send him now. I'll cheer for him now. Here you go, Raphael. Accept my cheers as apology. Also, I like purple, so here you go. Oh, hold on. Now we have limited choices. I see. Ah, that's how this works. Here you go, man. This is for Lilo. Alright, now the red. Dude, we look like some kind of amalgamation down here. Like all these players in their colored shirts waving back and forth with the pen lights. What is going on? It's a good question. We're cheering on our Oshi's nut. This, you should know this. Are those dancers real people? No, those are NPCs. Looks more like a cult than a concert. Honestly, what is a concert but a pre-cult, you know? Okay, fate complete. So I got 4 certificates, and I guess I can use these for something? How did it feel? Not in silence, as if you completely understood what just happened. We definitely understood what just happened. You know, you're right though. A concert is literally just called members gathering. No, don't agree with me. And there we go. That's the event done. So I assume I'll probably need to do that same, like, okay, can be traded at the Royal Servant. Okay. So yeah, I probably need to repeat that cheering thing in order to get more rewards. Ah, okay. So I just got all of the cheer emotes. Okay. And then this is the guy I can trade for stuff with? No, he's just the guy I ask things about. Wait, hold on, who do I trade with? Hold on, someone is supposed. Oh, you, it must be you. Ah, there we go. Oh, alright, so I can purchase the outfits, guys. I can buy the outfits for my own use. Of course. Man. And it looks like I can buy some additional things. Some music. Some furniture. Ooh, that tree. That's a really good tree. I need to buy more. I need to do more cheering. I need to do more cheering, guys. There's a lot of stuff to buy here. Have y'all ever been to concerts before? I have not, actually. I actually haven't. I've actually never been to a concert, thinking about it. Have I ever been to a concert? No, I don't think I have. I do want to go someday, but concerts are like really expensive, you know? So for me personally, I would only go to a concert if it's like someone I really like. The problem is, I don't really know if there is anyone I like enough to go to a concert for. Lilo went to Luffy's concert last September. I wish, but kinda don't, because it's gonna be filled with screams. I mean, you're basically among fellow fans, you know. I think that's part of the enjoyment of it. Part of the enjoyment of it is like knowing that you get to be like attend something like that with a bunch of people who. I asked it to randomize me a shirt and it gave me the dude again. So let me do this a little bit, I guess. In the meantime, while my character is performing cult activities, we can chat about some stuff. I actually want to tell you guys a little bit about the story behind FF14 as a game. Because FF14 actually has a very, very interesting story behind the game. You pronounce Luffy like Luffy. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to pronounce it like Luffy, is it? Or I'm not. I don't really know what you mean. It's Lave. Well, I wouldn't know that. How would I know that? But yeah, story. Okay, yes. So there's a very, very interesting story behind FF14. Because as you know, the very first expansion of FF14 is ARR, A Realm Reborn, right? That's the one that Lilo has been watching. That's the start of the story of FF14 as we know it. But what if I told you that when FF14 was first released, it was not A Realm Reborn? It was just FF14. The days of 1.0. You see, when FF14 was first released, it actually was a very different game than what we're playing today. In fact, when FF14 first released, it was deemed a failure. It was riddled with development issues and game problems and bugs, and just generally offered a very bad gameplay experience. It was generally considered as the first, like one of the first times that a mainline Final Fantasy game had failed. Because it was genuinely just not good. Like the player base was dwindling, it looked like the game might not be able to survive, and Square Enix actually just didn't know what to do. There was a chance that the game could actually just die right there. So they brought in a new game director, Naoki Yoshida, Yoshi P as we call him affectionately, and asked him to help. And ordinarily, when an MMO is not doing well initially, all you can really do is just continue patching it and making game updates and hoping that the game will eventually be fixed and become popular again. And a lot of MMOs try to do that. But as we all know as gamers, we tend to be heavily affected by first impressions, right? So Yoshi P made the absolutely ridiculous idea, the riskiest bet that he could do. He split an already suffering development team in half, with one half working on patches to FF14 1.0 to try and fix the game, and the other half working on remaking the game from the ground up. The reason why FF14 2.0 is called A Realm Reborn is because he actually succeeded. What happened was, and this is like really ridiculous, basically, they did not tell the players this at all. They were just patching the original 1.0 like usual. The player base was dwindling, and only like a small number of dedicated fans were still playing the game, which is not good, right? As an MMO, because of how big the game is, you really need to have a solid enough player base to actually be making profits. So they didn't tell the fans anything. They were just patching the game, trying to fix it, and in the background, they were secretly working on rebuilding the game from scratch. And then one day, in 1.0, players started seeing a big red moon appear in the sky. It looked pretty small in the beginning, but then it slowly got bigger and bigger. Players would start seeing nightmares of the world ending when they went to sleep in-game. Monsters would start spawning inside the cities, which are supposed to be safe areas. And then players finally found out that the servers were going to be shut down. And when the server shut down, they played the cutscene, which I think that Lilo would probably have seen. You've probably seen the cutscene where the red moon would drop to the earth and destroy the world, basically. That actually happened. That became canon lore 1.0 did badly. They decided it's time to rebuild the game from the game up. So rather than shutting down the old game normally and just porting everyone over, they made it a canon event. And they put stuff in the game to let players experience it. They let the players experience the end of 1.0. And then the game was relaunched as a Realm Reborn. There is an entire documentary about this. And I highly recommend you guys watching it, actually. Like, hold on, let me try and find it. Because it is fascinating. I'm giving you guys a very, like, TLDR version of it. But it really is a miracle story. Like, yes, this one. This one by NoClip. It is a proper documentary that actually tells the entire story of what happened, including interviews with the developers and the original like team that worked on remaking everything. It's actually quite insane. I really recommend you guys watching it because it actually is like a really good story, a really good video. And it makes you kind of wish you were there to experience the end of the world, you know? And this was very risky because like Square Enix basically committed more resources and time into rebuilding a game that had already failed. There was a chance that this remake could fail as well. But as we all know, it didn't. It succeeded. The game blossomed. It became like a story for the ages, and as we can see, the new version of FF14 persists and thrives to this day. It's a good watch. I've watched it like twice. And it's a documentary, mind you. So that's how you know, like, this is good content. Bet. I'll watch it during class tomorrow so I can ignore the people there. Okay. I would recommend not doing that, but it's not like I can stop you. Darren remembers seeing it on TikTok. It was like the world ending. Yeah. I can actually show you guys the cutscene, maybe, in a little bit. I can show you guys the cutscene. Because it basically is the cutscene you see when you start FF14 now. The cutscene that ended the original 1.0 is now the opening cutscene for FF14. It's a cool thing to watch while eating. It is, honestly. Let me know what you think. Honestly, let me know what you think. Cause, like, it's such an incredible story. Dude, you actually have to do this quite a lot of times to earn enough currency to buy all the stuff on the list. I guess I'm gonna be spamming this over the next couple days. It was kinda cool when I saw it. It's very cool. Like, obviously, I started playing the game way later than that, so I was not around for any of that happening. But it does make me wish that I was. Can I actually only get 4 every time? So, I need 8 if I want all of these shirts. Then I can buy these extra emotes. So I need 8 here, 10, 12. So I already have enough for all of these one-time purchases. The problem is the furniture is stuff that you can buy multiple times, and especially this cherry tree, this is a very good outdoor furniture. I want to buy a lot of those. But yeah, is there still anything you guys might want to ask about in regards to FF14 perhaps? I've already shown you guys a good number of things. Like a little bit of the combat, little bit of the housing, little bit of the cosmetics, the event as well. It's quite lucky because this event literally dropped today. I didn't even know it was dropping today. So I got to show you guys a little bit of that. It's an MMO, so there's a lot of content, but it also means that it's basically a lot of content that happens over time, and not necessarily a lot of like big things that drop at once. None that I can think of. I've asked my fill. Alright, alright. It's gonna be a little while before more new like story content drops as well. Actually, is it? There might be another patch coming quite soon. Yeah, there could be a patch dropping soon which might bring more story, though I don't really know if I want to stream story because, you know, I'm a lot further ahead in the story compared to, you know, where you'd ideally want to be. I also quite like visiting cafes. As I've shown you guys before, opening up cafes and stuff is quite nice. Chill, I'm still in Heaven's Word. Yeah. I think it's gonna take you a long time to catch up to where I am, Lilo, story-wise. You're on part 3 and there's 40 plus parts? Wow. Honestly, kudos to the person who's posting all those parts even. Like, is he editing them? I didn't really look through like the video you sent me, but like, is he like editing the story down, or are you actually watching him go through everything? I'm actually gonna cry alongside Mitsuki's new album is released. I mean, you don't have to rush. The story's not going anywhere. Go through everything. Wow. Any characters you like so far? Also, we never actually ended up properly discussing when I was planning to take a streaming break, thinking about it. Cause initially I was thinking of taking a streaming break after Tuesday's stream, but then I thought of the idea of streaming FF14 and I actually kind of wanted to show you guys the game, which is why we're live here. But after this... It's a curious question. The break has been procrastinated, yeah. Low-key can't remember any of their names, like holy heck, their names are complicated and long. Not really. I don't think they're that long. They're a little different from a usual name, yes, but are they that long? I wouldn't really think so. But based on the fact that you can't remember any of their names, I'm gonna assume that you don't really have any favorites right now. Well, that's fine. This early on in the story, it's kind of to be expected as well. Because their characterization hasn't really fully kicked in yet. I think once you get a little deeper in, you might be able to start figuring out who you like. Because there are some characters that I feel like would be up your alley. I can think of at least one or two in Heaven's Word. And the Scions themselves get a lot better characterization the later the story goes as well. Like in ARR, a lot of the Scions tend to be a little bit more like not too interesting, but once we get deeper in and we get closer to them and learn more about them, then they also become a little more. No one dies, right? Because I don't want to get too attached. Ah, that would be a spoiler if I told you. I can only say... You know what, I won't say anything. Whatever I say would be a spoiler, whether anyone dies or not. Best of luck. This is the moment in like the streamer chat where everyone's going like smiley face, you know? The default Twitch smiley face, that's a little unsettling. Except the funny thing here is that I'm the streamer. I'm doing this for Dodo, it's enjoyable but main reason is you. Wow. Don't feel forced, yeah? Don't feel forced to watch through like the game story just because of me or anything. I want you to like actually enjoy it. Yeah, Nut knows the emote I'm talking about. Alright, let's grab a couple of these. Grab this as well. And I'll grab all the shirts because once this event is over, we won't be able to get the shirts anymore. Even though I probably will never wear them. It's as uncanny as the normal emoji. I feel like the Twitch emoji is a little bit more unsettling because of the big beady eyes. But it is funny, isn't it? It is kind of funny how the regular smiling emoji has become what it is. Remember the smiling, the smile, like the happy smile face is just supposed to be a smile and nothing more. And yet, it has become something else. So now I have these emotes, which is nice. These are very useful emotes as well. The problem is I have older emotes that I paid for from the online store that are similar to this, and now they're giving them out for free. Oh well, that's just what happens, isn't it? Oh, is it starting again? Hold on, I want to earn. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to talk to you. No, it's you. Hold on, I need to join the cult. Hold on, I need to join the cult. Let me in. I need to earn currency. Imagine if you could earn money by attending concerts in real life, right guys? Or I suppose in this case I'm not earning money from attending a concert. I'm earning money from joining a cult. That would be my job. I guess so. Oh yeah, something else to let you guys know, I guess. I forgot to tell you guys this. This weekend, I am going to watch Iron Lung. You guys know about Iron Lung? Yeah, it finally came to theaters here in Malaysia. My sister has been waiting and hoping that they would be in theaters. And it looks like it actually got popular enough to do so. So we already got the tickets to go watch this weekend. Yeah, Mr. Markiplier. I also know the original game, really like the concept. Yeah, same, honestly. Like, it's a very simple game, the original, but there's so much room for interpretation with the lore. And I guess that's probably why Markiplier decided to movieize it. Lilo's been meaning to watch it as well. Unfortunately, it's not airing in Japan. Damn. I guess Markiplier is not popular enough in Japan. Because actually, a lot of like the movies are picking it up because like the viewers are letting the theaters know that like, hey, we want to watch this movie, can you get this movie and everything. It's basically spreading purely by word of mouth. Because originally, Markiplier had to reach out to theaters himself to get them to show it. That's why it only showed in a few theaters in the US. But then it got popular enough, with enough demand, that it's going semi-global. Not in PH as well, Lilo? Aw, man. Maybe one day. Like, it only just recently released here in Malaysia, so perhaps it could come out over there as well, eventually. I'm gonna need to earn a lot of this if I want a bunch of these cherry trees. I don't think it's coming to Japan, but we have our own Hindi game horror movie. Oh, convenience store and Exit 8. Yeah, I saw the trailer for Exit 8. I didn't know the convenience store was getting one too. Wow. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Honestly, I like these sort of indie horror games actually. Like, you know how I always mention that I'm bad with horror, right guys? Like, I've mentioned to you guys multiple times that I'm just like not good with horror and stuff, which is why I don't really play horror games. But while I'm not good with horror and I don't play horror, I actually kind of like watching people play horror games. I especially like watching like indie horror games, like especially the ones where they have more interesting lore or gameplay, you know? There's some really good ones out there. Hold on, let me go to the bathroom real quick. Oh shit, it already started? What the fudge? Why is it so fast? Ah shit, I pressed the wrong fudging color. Idle horror games and psychological games are peak. Yeah, the psychological horror is so fascinating, honestly. I really love it when like indie creators are able to come up with interesting concepts and stuff that get you unsettled and everything, make you think. The convenience store just came out last week. Oh. Randomly saw it in the theater when it was out and got interested since I know the OG game. Oh, did you watch it? Darren redeemed hydration as well. Hold on. Hold on. I'm in a cult right now. I can't drink. Okay. Damn, I'm actually out of water. Hold on. Okay. Omori being my first. Oh, Omori. Yeah. I don't think I watched gameplay of Omori, but I watched like lore explanation of Omori. Holy shit, it's dark. I was planning on watching it, but it was airing too late. Ah. Didn't know your cult forbid you to drink water. Yeah, that's why, you know, cults are not good for you guys. Don't join a cult, children. Dodo, I have to sleep first. Good night. Okay, Kai, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by and sticking around. Hope you enjoyed cat girl gameplay. It was a fun stream. That's good. I still don't know when I intend to take a break. I do still think I need to take a break. I genuinely need some time to refresh myself, but now I don't know when. Cause not everyone is around, so if I suddenly say like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from now on, then that's kinda not good. I love that we're getting a lot of indie game horror movies recently. Yeah, it's great. Honestly, we should just get more like good video game movie adaptations. There's a lot of great storytelling in video games, you know. I'm sure we're aware. Let's schedule that soon. Yeah, probably. Especially since MPL will happen soon. I think it'll still take a little while, right? It'll still probably take a little while before they actually reveal like player rosters. So before they do that, I really should like take a break. Cause it'll be kind of awkward if like player rosters start dropping in the middle of me taking a break, and then then I'll be like, oh, now I kind of need to stream. Oh yeah, first Genshin anime trailer since the last 3 years. Oh yeah. But I think like the trailer they showed is literally telling people that like, oh, it's still gonna be a while before the anime actually comes out. At least we got like proper confirmation that it actually is an anime that's coming out, right? At least we got confirmation that it is a legitimate anime and not some kind of like animation thing. I am interested in seeing it, but I'm worried that it'll take so long that by then, like even at this point, the hype around Genshin isn't as much as it used to be anymore, right? What do you guys think of these Oshi shirt designs? Personally, I think they could be better. I feel like the design could be a little more interesting. In the same way I said like, oh, if you want to wear like an anime waifu shirt, it should have a better design. I feel the same way about this. It's like you've literally just printed their faces onto a shirt. I don't think it's doing them a lot of favors. Token, Ranbu, and Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 2. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot that Infinity Castle was fucking Part 1, dude. Holy shit. I forgot that Demon Slayer isn't over. What the fuck? At least it's realistic. I guess it is. You know something else that I've been working on? So, you know, remember how I mentioned that a lot of people like opening venues and stuff like cafes and so on in the game? Something that they also like to do is that they use card to create websites for their venues. Alright, so for example, this person, they're advertising a cafe that's opening. If I copy this and I put this website into Google, hold on. It's actually a website for their cafe in-game, right? So you can see that. This is also something that people like doing. It's quite impressive. They'll list like the staff and the menu. You'll notice these look a little bit different. That's because they use mods. So I've actually been trying to work on one of these for my venue, because it seems like something fun to do. I've actually been trying to make one of my own. Like, I've seen a few different examples in the past, like this one's a maid cafe. Right? People do this a lot. I've been trying to work on making my own for the ramen cart. because it just seems like a fun thing to do. I can show you guys my progress in a moment. Let me finish my cult activities first. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong fudging color. I feel like I was about to say something, but then I pressed the wrong color and I forgot. Oh yeah, I was going to say, do you guys think these NPCs get tired considering how often they're performing? Clankers don't get tired. Wow. What a thing to say. So yeah, once I'm done with this set of cult activities, I can show you guys a little bit of the website that I've been trying to make for my venue. And then after that we can probably finish off the stream for today. I probably need to have at least one more stream to let everyone know about like taking a break. The question is, what would I stream? I guess logically speaking it would be like one more stream of MLBB or something like that, right? Since we didn't play MLBB throughout this week. Just chatting, I guess that's also a possibility. But then what would I chat about? We did play ML last Tuesday, no? I mean, yeah, last Tuesday, but not this Tuesday, you know? Like this previous Tuesday. We played Enfield. I did Levitate. Oh yeah, you forgot, right? Alright, let me show you guys a little bit of the progress. So yeah, this is the website that I've been building. Ignore the controls here. You're not gonna see them. It'll be something more like this. I'm still trying to figure out how to make the designs and stuff, but you can see that the background is actually a picture of my ramen cart and everything. So I even went and made a logo. I made a logo in Canva because it's like, I felt like without a logo, it doesn't look as fancy. And then I made this as well. I made this menu. I'm quite happy with how this menu came out. Look at that. Obviously ignore the descriptions. I haven't updated those yet. But yeah, stuff like this basically. I think it's fun. I've been enjoying like the social aspect of FF14 where I'm not like really trying too hard to do anything in particular and just kind of chilling with whatever I want in the game. Story was great, but memory isn't. Seems that way. Are you Final Fantasying, son? Yes, I am, Dad. Yes, I am. I'm showing the website that I've been working on for my venue in game. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I'm quite happy with what I've done so far. I need a factory reset to fix my memory bug. Me too. I also need one of those. I wonder if this is the cherry tree that we can buy from the thing. Doesn't look like anyone I know has a place open right now. Dragon Quest type music? Yeah. I guess, I mean, they're made by the same company. But FF14 has very varied music. Like, I think you've already heard just from like the content as well that the music is very varied. Oh yeah, there's also alliance raids, which are alliance raids are actually how many? 24 player content. So that's quite something as well. I have a lot more than just a memory bug, but we like to call them quirks. Definitely, definitely. But yeah, this is 24 player content. I would show you, but it takes a little while to finish. I'm not sure if I want to do that right now. The time has come for that part of the night where I just jump around back and forth in the same place. We should stream FF14 more often after your break, lols, it's fun. I don't mind. The thing is, like, today there was a lot to show you guys because it's the first time that I'm showing you guys the game, but after this, like, I don't really know what to show you guys anymore. It would just be like regular game content. Since today is just an introduction to the world, I guess. I mean, I'd be able to show you guys a little bit more of what the game has to offer. But I wouldn't really know when. Grinding? Yeah, basically. But I'm glad that y'all enjoyed. I've always been a little concerned about streaming FF because it's like, what would I even do? You know? If you guys are open to more, I can definitely do more since, you know, it's an MMO, so I'm gonna play a lot of it anyway. I would stream things like me decorating my houses, but I actually cannot, right? Because one thing to note about FF14 is that the concept of mods and plugins is taboo. Like the game and the director very specifically state that you are not allowed to use mods and plugins, and let's just say that I might use some assistive tools when it comes to house building, because the in-game house decorating features are not very good. So like one of the things I'd like to stream is me like decorating house, but I would actually get in trouble. Potentially. Nothing confirmed. Please do not use this footage against me. I'm open to anything that isn't MLBB. I guess we're all dealing with some MLBB burnout right now, huh? Call me the reverse Dodo viewer. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Most of the peeps are like MLBB viewers, but Nut is the everything but MLBB viewer. Which is good, I guess. At least I know I will have some peeps around when I don't stream ML. Cause yeah, ML is getting a little stale. Oh, there's notable NPCs here. It's because I finally reached 103 stars, so MLBB can go burn. Oh my god. Liz looks like Lily? You mean Tekken Lily? I guess you actually have a bit of a point. Especially the bangs. Yeah, I can see it actually. I can see it. I was about to say like, oh, surely not really, but then I looked at her and I was like, oh, actually, kinda. Of course we have chocobos as well. Chocobos are like our first mount in the game. And you can actually name and customize your chocobo. Let me pull out my chocobo. Here he is. As you can see, I have made him purple. Because, of course. What do you guys think I named him? Mind you, I named him before he was purple, so he's not related to purple. I am a true Lily main. I will spot anything that resembles here. Ah, okay. I see. Evolved form of Dodo. I guess he is. You have a point there, actually. His name is Nugget. Did you call him Dodo? I did not. I think, like, I started FF before the Dodo branding really started taking off. So he is not named Dodo. And it's fine because I already have a Dodo over there as well. By the way, you named him what he could be. Yeah, I did. By the way, I have a car as well. In fact, anyone who's played the other FFs might recognize this. Because this is the car from the FF15 collab. What the hell? Batman, yes. This is FF15's car. This is the car that fucking Noctis drives around with his crew his gang of homies. Also, every single mount in the game can fly. Oh, we've got a bot. Right at the end of the stream, we got a bot. There's a lot of funny mounts in the game, actually. A lot of cool and funny mounts. I think one nice thing as well, you see how this car has bot wear? Oh, it's restricted, I see. Can you not see it? I guess if you can't see it, then it's fine. Where was I? Ah, yeah. So one nice thing as well is that some mounts, for example, this car, right? You can see it has 4 seats. 3 other people can actually sit in this mount with me. Like if I add people to my party, they can actually sit in this car with me, and then I can fly them around. Which is nice. There are multi-seater mounts in the game, and that helps make traveling very nice. It also means that anyone that doesn't have flying unlocked can actually find someone who does have flying unlocked and just have them help fly them around. Too slow, Dodo already took care of the clanker. I didn't even. He's actually still there. I guess Twitch itself was able to realize that it's kinda sus and just didn't actually display it. I'm just gonna participate in cult activities as long as it's happening, since I'm gonna need more of this currency. But yeah, it is almost 1 AM, so we can probably look to finish off the stream once I'm done with this. But yeah, I do think that at least for a little while, might be good to shift the stream away from MLBB. I do think I've been burning out on the game a bit. I still enjoy playing it a little bit from time to time, you know, especially when I need a short break from my work. But playing it for like hours on end, in 5-mans where everyone is high rank and the enemy team is way too strong, is not very fun to me. That's why Enfield was honestly a lifesaver. And yeah, now we have an official release date for NTE as well, right? What was it? April 29? So that means in about 2 months we get to play NTE. Streamer MLBB no more. I mean, I'll be back once MPL season starts for sure. But in the first place, I never really was someone who enjoyed grinding MLBB in the first place. In the same way that like games like FF and Minecraft, sometimes you really enjoy the game and you want to keep playing it, but then sometimes you just get like, you just feel like you want to do something else. I feel like that can apply to basically any game. And we've been playing MLBB so actively that it's like, ooh, maybe it's been a little bit too much. Obviously, I'm not intending to abandon the game. I'm still an MPL caster in the end. Yeah, I know you guys play every day. You guys are built different. But for me, I've always enjoyed playing other games. I can't play the same thing over and over, even if it is like twice a week. Like twice a week doesn't seem much, and probably isn't to most people, but for me, I think it's also because of the streaming aspect of it. The need to be entertaining in some way. I mean, we play our gacha every day though. Well, yes. But even that, I'll get burnt out, you know. There's a reason why I quit a lot of the gachas that I used to play. Because it did burn me out eventually. What the heck? It started again straight away? What the fudge? I've been playing it for 10 years, old man, Gin says to me, this guy. Gin being mean to me right now, guys. This guy calling me old man and then Enfield addict. Man just drops in after not being around or not saying anything the whole stream just to call me out. At the very end. I'm older than you in ML years. You know I played ML when I was in uni too, right? I have the season 2 Alucard skin. Damn, that's OG, yeah, man. Those were the days. Those were the days. I've only played since Alpha Season skin. When was the Alpha Season skin? I don't remember. Season 6. I mean, that's still a pretty good while ago. I think Season 6 is still a pretty good while ago. I played when Kagura got revamped. I don't even remember when that happened. You played against the M1 Japanese team, damn! Well, I imagine the player base over there wouldn't have been very big. 2021. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, not that long then compared to the rest of us. Alright, I need to end the stream before cult activities start again, and then I get myself locked in. Alright, let me walk aside. Switch back to me. Mute the game. Hold on. Okay. So with that, peeps, I think we can officially go ahead and finish off the stream here for today. And yeah, that's FF14 for y'all. Once again, I highly recommend you guys check out the FF14 documentary I showed you guys earlier. It is a very good watch. And honestly, an unbelievable story, really thinking about it. So, recommend that. But yeah, that is the game that I have been enjoying for the past couple years. Just kind of an introduction to you guys, how things work and everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Could you send it in general chat? Okay, I will do. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, I don't know what the plan is still in regards to stream. But I think what we will probably do is we do one final stream next Tuesday, either MLBB or just chatting or maybe a little bit of both. And then after that I can look to take a break for like a week or two. I still don't know when exactly MPL is gonna be dropping all of their new team rosters and stuff. At the very least I can say that once the rosters do drop, even if it does happen in the middle of my break, I feel like I will have to stream no matter what. But at the very least, I'll probably wait until every team has revealed their roster so that I can talk about them all at once. And we'll see what happens there. But yeah, thank you everyone for dropping by the stream today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Little bit of a glimpse of my life in FF14 as an anime cat girl. Sounds like some kind of light novel title. And yeah, thanks everyone for sticking around. Always a little concerned about streaming this because I wasn't sure if it'd be interesting enough, but it looks like you guys did enjoy it. Best of luck to Lilo for continuing to watch what the game has to offer. And yeah, next stream should be on Tuesday. I can share with you guys what I thought about Iron Lung as well, because I will have finished watching it by then, so you guys can look forward to my my review on that as well. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish things off. Thank you everyone once again for dropping by. For those of you who haven't, do drop a like, follow, and subscribe on my socials. I'm live every Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch and YouTube. And then I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as well as the Discord server. So make sure to follow or join any of those if you guys want to keep up with the dodo. You know whenever I'm going live and stuff like that. And yeah, have a very good night everyone. Once again, thanks for coming by. Always a lot more fun when you guys are here to chat with and show things too. And with that, let's have Big Boy close things out once again. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye, have a good night. I don't need luck, I need support. I see. Perhaps you need some ube. Alright, have a good night, peoples. See you guys on the next stream. Bye bye. Bye bye. Good night.